We're here with Frieze today, and I'm going to be asking you questions about the art. Frieze is London's biggest art fair, so there's loads of galleries all over the place showing their coolest art. It feels like an art city, honestly, with all the pathways in between, like busy city roads, and each gallery with its own vibe feels like a new neighborhood. So let's see what people think of the art. So what are you guys' names?
I'm Will.
I'm Tom Tripp.
And what brings you guys to Frieze today?
Both of us are artists ourselves. So I'm a photographer, director. Tom's a musician.
Yep, composer. Yep.
So like came along, like see some amazing art, see the next generation of artists coming through.
What's inspiring you?
Some of the pieces here are made out of, like, you would see it from afar and it looks like a example. You might see like a river or a bunch of waves, and you get close to it and you realize it's actually words. And I feel like what's inspiring me is a lot of the detail that artists are putting into their work. I've never seen art this way before. I feel like with me, when I see different colors and bright hues and things, it kind of inspires a kind of sound in my head. You can look at something and think, what does it make me feel? What would this sound like in an audio aspect?
So it's kind of like the visual movement of the art kind of seems like the way that music is maybe written.
It's all vibration.
Yeah. Oh, that's super cool. That's super cool. I feel like it fits where we are right now.
Yeah, no, in a space it's amazing because it's like I'm actually a big fan of these spaces. There's a few of these around here where they've extended the artwork into the whole environment, and like that's so sick, man.
Yeah.
That's so sick because then you actually feel like you're existing in that world. Do you know what I mean? Walking through galleries nice. It's always nice, like white walls and stuff. But when you actually come into this, where you're in the artist world as well, like even like you can't see it's behind the table, but they've even got the artist signature just on the wall, so that they've actually painted and stuff as well.
It's like you were actually standing in the world of the painting. What kind of art is inspiring you?
I don't know, for me, I like to see something that contextually is very strong, and then technically it's been taking the artist's time to produce.
Yeah. And what are you passionate about with your art right now?
Or anything that just makes me excited, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm Dr. Lauren Rotenberg.
And what do you do?
I'm an art historian and art advisor.
What would you say is the kind of art that inspires you?
Work that is really conceptually driven.
Okay.
So it's not always work that is necessarily you look at it and think, oh, wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
In fact, I sometimes find that kind of boring. So for me, as much as I appreciate like artistic skill and the aesthetics, for me, it's all about the ideas that are behind it, which seems weird to say because art is very much about visual and visual impact at the same time.
On that idea, do you have any advice for people that are looking to start engaging with art on a deeper level than maybe just looking at it? How would you say they could do that?
I would say one of the best ways to do it is you have to just get out and go see things. Museum shows can be a really good way into that. You know, if something catches your eye, it's like, ask yourself why. Here's really the best thing.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, if you're like, I hate that, great. Why do you hate it? What is it about that piece
I love that.
that is upsetting your sensibility, like about what you think art should be, what it shouldn't be? And so you don't need to worry about like learning all of art history or understanding the jargon and the language. The best way is that encounter that you have with the work. So to just look at it and be like, what do I like? What do I not like? Or why is this bothering me?
Yeah.
I love the why is this bothering me because I always learn so much more about myself.
That's so cool. I love that. And what brings you guys to Frieze today?
Well, I'm a fashion student, so I just wanted to get some inspo and look around.
Oh, nice. And you?
I'm really interested in art in general. Not really modern art, but I like to try new things.
What is inspiring you guys right now in general?
What inspires me is the 18th century in France.
Do you have a favorite artist or painter from that time?
Yes, Hubert Robert.
Tell me more.
So he basically painted all of the royals in the 18th century in Versailles. And usually that's the kind of art I'm interested about.
If there were any pieces that you guys have seen so far that you could grab off the wall and run away with and keep forever, what would it be?
But there was one with this kind of a pink on it, with a hand actually, a squiggle, yes. And I thought it was so edgy, so I was like, maybe that could go in the living room for like, I don't know, shocking people that come inside and yeah.
Okay, so you like to put shocking art on your walls. What kind of art do you like to put on your walls?
Very colorful, very bright pink. And I saw one with little dice. It was kind of a trompe l'oeil.
Oh, I know which one you mean.
Yeah.
That was really, really cool. I'm looking forward to actually keeping up with the artists, because once you do actually remember to find them on Instagram after, in 6 months you might be in a gallery and see one of their paintings and it's like, oh my god, I found them a while ago, and like you followed their career, and it's great to be able to see it in person again and watch the artist grow, and you know, you never know where they might turn up. They might be in Tate one day and you got to see them when they were just starting out. So I think that's really cool. And I think the thing that I like the most about Frieze is looking at the way that each gallery presents themselves, each booth. And the way that the shows that they're putting on are curated, I feel like says a lot about the gallery itself. So seeing each booth kind of all sat next to each other, it's just cool to see the way that their personalities differ and the difference in the art.
My name is Sophie van Helleman.
And you have a very special reason for being here at Frieze today. Can you tell us about that?
I was invited by my gallery, Pilar Corrias, to do a solo booth this year, which means I got the entire booth to myself. And I used it to really fill it with a lot of different things. So I painted the mural, made a carpet as well.
It's beautiful. No, I really love it. It's so like light and joyful. What would you say inspires you in your art in general?
Well, it's often things I see or what I read, or it's current events or literature, books.
What would you say you're passionate about right now with your work?
Passion? Well, passion, the work itself is passion. I like to bring the passion to the canvas and to the people who are looking at the paintings. Yeah.
That's so beautiful.
My name is Amanda.
And what brings you to Frieze today?
Oh, I've been coming to Frieze for a good few years now.
Yeah.
I used to work in Camden for Camden Council.
Oh, cool.
And Camden has got a huge kind of visual arts presence.
Are you an artist yourself?
I work with artists. Yeah, I used to be like a curator, work in public art, manage artists.
What kind of shows did you like to curate?
I used to do shows around, or projects mainly, with people who didn't have a voice, really.
Yeah.
Marginalised communities and communities that didn't have a voice. That was my thing, yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. And would you say that that's something that inspires you?
Oh, absolutely, yeah, because I'm from that community as well, so, yeah.
And what would you say that you're passionate about right now?
I'm passionate about community, actually. Coming together and unifying as one. Art speaks, so it's speaking quite a lot to me. I'm really enjoying this fair so far.
What kind of art in general is inspiring you right now?
So in general, I'm really looking at art that is kind of new and in rewriting art history and kind of making me question what I've learned are the masters or the canons. So for example, like it's very interesting to me to look at African American abstraction, which is something that was not that common or that I have not studied that well.
Are those the kind of paintings that you like to surround yourself with in your own home?
I live in Mexico City. I'm a partner and director of the gallery in Mexico that we opened 5 years ago. And our focus in Mexico has also been Latin American art. So at home I've been acquiring works by Argentinian artists, Guatemalan artists, and amongst others. So actually my focus at the moment right now has been going more towards south of the Americas.
And can you tell us what kind of art you guys show?
We show contemporary artists from all over the world with a South Asian connection in their practices. This booth, for example, is curated on all women artists. We were very particular this year that we want to show this congregation of artists because they have a wonderful connection and a conversation that happens between them.
So do any of the artists know each other in real life, or is it more of a meaning?
Yes, of course.
Oh, cool. That's
They
really
know each
nice.
other quite well in real life. They're friends. It's actually interesting because you kind of see these kind of friendships also speaking to each other in a way.
So if you could give any advice to an emerging artist or an emerging gallerist, what would it be?
For artists, I think it's important in today's world. We are being less and less bound by the boundaries that were set upon us. For artists always to be unbound by what seems to restrict them and work fearlessly. And for gallerists, I think it's a privilege and an honor to be working with such amazing people. And it's only a matter of time and hard work and sticking with your artists and believing in their practices that leads to a certain path, which is the most rewarding as relationships and humans and friendships.
So thanks for coming with me to Frieze. It was so cool to meet all those new people, and I hope that you got something inspiring out of it too. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe for more Girl and Gallery.